What is up, 7-3 fans? Welcome back to the 7-3 Garage. Brandon here. We are out up in West Palm Beach, Florida, hanging out with my friend Mitchell. You guys may have seen his truck. He was at the January meet with us. We did on the west coast of Florida, the 7-3 exclusive. And we actually stopped up here today to check out what he's got going on. He's actually in the process of building his 7-3 Powerstroke. The bottom end's actually down at the same place my truck got built, down at Mesa Balancing in Hialeah, Florida. So we're gonna turn on the camera, we're gonna talk to Mitchell, talk about some power goals and what he's done so far to get the truck prepped to where it's gonna be in the next couple of weeks, or maybe even the next couple months here. All right, here she is. We were actually just talking about how it's so sad to see these things sitting here like this, but we know that we got some good stuff on the way. So Mitchell, thank you for joining us today, but talk to us a little bit about what you got going on with the truck.
Alrighty, well, last time I was on the channel, it was running and driving.
Yep, I remember.
Now it's torn apart, covered in poop. And
yeah, the iguanas will get you down here in South Florida.
Yep. But basically, had this truck since I was 17, 20 now, so 3 years. A lot has changed. It was green, had a bed, put a flatbed on.
I remember when it was green.
Yep. Changed the painted it, whatnot, did the body work. My buddy did it. Cool thing is, I recommend it to everybody who asks me. Super duty suspension swap, front and rear.
Yep.
It rides like a brand new truck. I'm sure you guys with solid front axles know what it's like to hit a bump and go through this.
Yeah, this is a great thing here, and I noticed you got some new shiny parts here. So talk about your spacers and the brake kit you got going on with this thing.
These are far from stock spacers. I'm sure you guys have seen how reliable they are on a certain other YouTuber's truck. And these are Detroit axle, drilled in slotted rotors with their ceramic pads.
Sweet.
Up to 40% more stopping power. So
good.
I thought if I was going to be moving a lot faster, I'd like to.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem with these trucks. And I know the guy, for those of you who have modified these trucks, even with a nice set of injectors and a turbo, they get up to speed really nicely, but stopping them is a whole different story. So you gotta have the brake power for these things for sure.
Yep.
So that's pretty cool. So something that's super unique with your truck is I know you have a flatbed. So I want to kind of make that a little bit of a shining point. So if you can come back here and talk about the flatbed here. I know you told me you've made the actual decking yourself and the toolbox. So talk to us a little bit about that.
Yep. Well, right now it's a workbench, but
apparently
I bought a IDI and the flatbed came with it. Painted it, redecked it. This is the third time I've redecked it because Home Depot lumber likes to warp and
apparently, yeah, down here. Even this is pressure treated wood too.
Yep. I put it on the week before the 7-3 meet. But,
so it's perfect.
Yeah. Cut the toolbox down to fit inside the frame rails. So I like the nice clean look of it.
Yeah.
Right up top.
Yeah, it's nice.
Fishing rod holders.
Of course, South Florida, absolutely.
Yep. And my garbage can of a tip.
That's what you definitely store some things in there if necessary.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some kind of critter living inside.
I'm sure there is at this point. The poor thing's been sitting for so long. Talk to us about these awesome wheels you got on this thing.
So these are Alcoa 10 lug super singles. They are made for semi trucks.
Yep.
I'm sure you've seen them on the road, but they come in 22.5. And to run normal tires, you gotta mill them down.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, I love these wheels, love these tires. It's just they're so heavy. It's a lot of rotating mass. I'm really debating trading for something lighter. Yeah, and I know we were talking about it because we were hanging out a little bit today before we started shooting the video. You know, trying to get the most power and wringing the most power out of these things. So speaking of power, I know this isn't the engine that's going into the truck, but talk to us about the engine that you are building and what some of the cool things you're doing. I know we have some hard parts over here we're going to turn around and look at in a second, but tell us what you got going on with the motor. All right, well, this is the old one.
Yep.
All the old parts I had in it, but something I'm not sure a lot of people know is this is a 94 to 95 motor.
Tell us why. So everybody that doesn't know.
Yep. I think it was 96 or 97. They changed the blocks.
Yep.
They created supports here.
It's like a webbing, yeah.
Right. And
the whole purpose of it was to make the block sound resistant, but in turn they made the block stronger.
Yep.
And if I'm putting, the goal is 700 horsepower to this motor, I want the best of the best. So
right.
Dave Beach hooked me up, got me a nice motor.
The maniac himself. I'm sure you guys remember Dave Beach. Yep.
Yep, that's down at Mesa now. So the parts I got.
Yeah, let's turn around and look at some of these things here.
This baby.
We'll get to the shiner in just a minute, but
yeah. Full force diesel, dual H pops. To keep up with demand, I'm running 350 over 200% fuel injectors,
nice.
which is a lot of.
It's a lot of fuel. It's a lot of fuel.
And the air supply is my favorite thing.
Yeah, this is this could be a centerpiece, something on your end table. What size turbo is this?
S472, and I found a company that made 6-blade wheels for it. I enjoyed the 10-blade wheel, but
that's what I have in mind.
Yep. From installing these, if anybody's ever tried installing these in their 7.3, they're a huge pain in the ass, and
yeah,
I destroyed my wheel.
Yeah, they are very difficult to install, and I do have the same one. For those of you guys who are just joining us, I have the same turbocharger in my truck. These fit extremely tight. I actually had to change my cab bushings, but this was actually rubbing on the top of, or I should say the top of the firewall and the windshield wiper motor, so it was vibrating in the cab. So after doing the cab mounts, it actually helped clear it. But Mitchell's obviously made enough room as of right now, so this should be pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited to see how this turbo is going to run and sound. And you're running a 0.9
0.90 housing on the turbo, because that kind of brings me to another thing.
Yeah, what do you got?
Is my truck's not automatic.
That is pretty cool, man. I know that there's not too many stick trucks out there on the road right now. So this is a ZF5, and tell us about the clutch you got, because I know you bought a pretty sweet clutch for this thing.
I got a South Bend dual disc clutch rated for 850 horsepower. Brandon was here when the mailman dropped it off.
I was.
The mailman dragged it off the truck, and I picked it up, and I read the sticker on the side. It weighs 120 somewhat pounds. And something a lot of guys wanted, but have never gotten, is the short throw kit.
Look at that thing. That is pretty sweet, dude.
So other than that, the trans is stock and probably gonna last a week.
See, I love the optimism. 7.3 guys have optimism, and we just like to run these things hard. So we just wanted to give you guys a quick little insight as to what Mitchell was doing with this thing. We're very excited about it. We have high hopes for big power. He is going to be running an aftermarket cam, I believe a Colt Stage 2.
Colt Stage 2.
Yep, Colt Stage 2 cam. It's got all the good stuff. He's doing everything basically I did to my bottom end. It's going to have Carrillo, connecting rods and ARP main studs and our girdle. So it's going to be a fully built 7.3 Powerstroke, but he took it to the best down at Mesa Balancing. Laz Mesa and his guys are fantastic. So he said he wanted the best, so I pushed him in the right direction. So we're very excited to see how this truck's going to run, and we have a lot of high hopes for how much power this thing's going to make. But I just wanted to give you guys a little insight. So Mitchell, thank you for chilling with us today, man, and we are excited to see what this truck's going to do.
Me too. It's enough seeing it sit.
Yeah, it is sad, like I said, but it's a work in progress. It's not sitting here to rot, it's sitting here to be improved. So we're super excited. So thanks for joining us, man.
Thank you.
One last thing before we go, guys. Mitchell is always repping the 7.3 garage. He's got one up front and he's got one in the back here. So we have those for sale, guys. We have two different sizes. We have 12-inch stickers and we also have 8-inch stickers. So if you guys are interested in those, shoot me an email, 73garage@gmail.com. We'll get you set up for those. We got some other merch coming that's in the works right now, so I'll be in touch with you guys on that. So unfortunately, my GoPro battery ended up running out before I was able to do my normal outro. But thank you guys for watching. As always, we are pretty excited to see what this truck is going to be doing in the next couple of weeks here. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.